So you open your question paper and you look at the question and you think you know the formula for it, but the problem is you know about 10-15 different formulae, but I'm not sure which one to use. Now that's the case with most of the students, and they can't decide which one to use. Which one? Hello everyone, this is Mr. Mahmood here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the GCSE Maths formula. Now in the past, if you opened a GCSE Maths paper, what you'd find is on the first page they would have provided you with a formula sheet, but instead they hit you with a exam question straight away. Bang. Okay, so they made your life a little bit more difficult. So what can we do? Can't do much about it. We have to actually remember those formula and use those questions or formulas in those exam questions. Now today I'm going to show you how to do that and how to actually relate or how to recognize which formula to use with which question. Now secondly, I have created a Twitter account which is at Mr. Mahmood Maths. Please do follow me on this. I will be posting lots of revision tips and tricks and also exam questions and answers. So let's get on with it. Now before I start this question, have a guess, which formula do I need to use in order to answer this question? So pause the video and have a guess, and let's find out if you're right or not. Okay, welcome back, and hoping you have already guessed. As you can see, it's a shape and it's a square, and we have a circle inside the square. So you probably guessed it right, that we need to use area of a square and area of a circle. Before you answer any question, highlight the important information. So ABCD is a square of side 10 centimeters, which we can see in the diagram. Each side of the square is a tangent to the circle. Now each side of the square is a tangent to the circle. What does it actually mean? Now if I draw a tangent over here, we've got a circle, more like an apple. And if I draw a straight line, ooh, I missed it. Let's try this again. And I missed it again. Let's try this again. One last time. Oops. No, I'm not happy with that. There you go. I don't know why this keeps popping up. And again. And again. Bingo. Now a tangent touches the circle. There's a straight line. Now it's not very straight on here. As you can see, this line is actually touching the circle. So these are tangents. Each of these lines are tangents. Okay. Okay. Therefore, we can say that there is no space between the circle and the tangent and the line on the side of the square. Okay, to work out the total area of the shaded region. Okay, there's a shaded region here, so we're working out these four sections here in terms of pi. Give your answer in its simplest form. Now it says in terms of pi, so what a lot of students do is they try to work out the area using the pi, which is 3.14 or 3, whichever they will do, and they waste a lot of time doing multiplication of decimals. So when it says leave it in terms of pi, it is only worth 3 marks. They wouldn't ask you to go to the moon and get back. Well, they wouldn't ask you to multiply decimals. Anyway, ABCD is the square of 10 centimeters. So first of all, let's work out the area of the square, which is 10 times 10, which is 100 centimeters squared. Now let's work out the area of the circle. So formula for circle, again, formula is pi r squared. Now we need to work out what, no, we don't need to work out what pi is, because let's leave it in terms of pi. So pi stays as it is, times it by radius squared. Now what is a radius? We need to find out. We've got the diameter here. Okay, so what we need to do is half the diameter. So diameter divided by 2, which is 10, divided by 2, which is 5 centimeters. It's the radius, so it'll be 5 centimeters and 5 squared. And that gives us an answer of pi times 25, which is, you can simplify it to 25 pi. Okay, now we want to work out the shaded region. So we need to take away the circle, area of the circle away from the area of the square, and that will give us the shaded region. So area of the square is 100 centimeters squared. Take away the area of the circle is 25 pi. And we left it in terms of pi. So let's recap which formula did we use. So we used area of a circle, which is pi r squared. We also used the formula to work out the radius, which is diameter divided by 2. Okay, and area of square, which is length times, and the area of square, which is length times by width. Okay, so these three formulas we used. Here's another question. Again, let's play that guessing game. Here's one for you to guess. Press pause and have a go. When you're ready, press play. Does that sound familiar? Anyway, hope you had a guess already. Now, again, it's a 5 marker. Okay, so it will require quite a lot of working to do. Now let's find out which formula do we need to use for this question. Now, the rectangular frame is made from 5 straight pieces of metal. So we have 5 pieces. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and the diagonal one in the middle. 5. The weight of the metal is 1.5 kilograms per meter. Work out the total weight. So we need to find the total weight of the metal in the frame. So that's the whole frame here. Okay, now let's get to business. Now, in order to find the total weight, we need to find the lengths of each metal frame. So let's make a plan first. There's our little plan. So we have the lengths of this side and this side, which is 12 and 5. And so because it's a rectangular shape, and we know the opposite sides of a rectangle are equal, so we can say this is 12, we can say this is 5. The only problem is we need to find this diagonal length here. Okay, so first of all, we need to use the formula, which is Pythagoras. So step 1, we're going to use Pythagoras' formula to find the diagonal, which is this side here. So we have 12 here, 5 meters here. So we know the short two sides squared, 5 squared added to 12 squared, which is 25 added to, by the way, this is a non-calculator question. So 5 squared plus 12 squared, which is 25, added to 144, which is 169, and then square root 169, which gives us 13 meters. So we found the length of the diagonal, which is 13 meters. Now we need to find out the total length of the frame. So let's do part 2. total length of the frame will be all those sides added together. So we have 5 add 5 added to 12 add 12 added to the new length that we just found, which is 13. Okay, and that gives us a total length of 47 meters. Let's go to part 3. Now that we found all the lengths, the total length, we need to find out the total weight. Okay, so each meter is 1.5 kilograms. Okay, so therefore 47 meters will be 47 multiplied by 1.5. Excuse me. Now, because it's a non-calculator question, you will need to actually do the working for it. So let's do multiplication of decimals, or how I usually do it is times 1.5 by 10. That will give me 15. So in other words, you're getting rid of the decimal, then multiply, and we'll put the decimal back into the answer. 5 times 7 is 35, carry the 3, 5 times 4 is 20, add the 3, which is 23. Okay, move to the tens. 1 times 7 is 7, 1 times 4 is 4. Add them together. 5, 7 add 3 is 10, carry the 1, 4 add 2 is 6, add 1 is 7. So we have 705. Now we need to put the decimal back in. Remember, the 1.5 you multiplied by 10. Now we need to divide it by 10 in order to balance it. So we have 705, divide that by 10, that will give us 70.5, and that is kilograms. Okay, and that's the answer for this. Let's quickly recap. How did we actually know that we need to use Pythagoras' formula in this question? Okay, so if you go back to the original question, the diagram, it says the rectangle frame is made from 5 straight pieces of metals. All these lines, all these metal pieces are straight. Okay, and it says weight of the metal is 1.5 kilograms per meter. Work out the total weight. Now, in order to work out the total weight, you need to know the length of this side, this side, this side, this side. Now, out of the 5 and also this side, out of the 5 pieces, we already know what this side and this side is, which is 12. This side and this side, which is 5. Only missing part is this length here. Okay, and it is a diagonal and it is a right angled triangle. Now, if it's a right angled triangle and 2 of the sides are given, that means in order to find the third side of that triangle, we need to use Pythagoras. And there are no angles involved other than the right angle. So therefore, it is Pythagoras. Okay, and this is how we actually recognize which formula to use on this question. Okay, and once you recognize this part, everything else is just adding and multiplying. Pretty basic calculations to do. Okay, now let's have a go. Let's look at the next question. So Mary's going to cover the floor with tiles. Okay, good. So it's to do with floor covering tiles. Therefore, we know that it's to do something with about area. Okay. So first of all, let's make a little note here. So number 1, we need to do
is find the area of Mary's conservatory that is given on the diagram. Secondly, what we need to do is, the information is given is the tiles are sold in packs. Okay, so therefore we need to find out the number of packs that we need. Packs needed. Let's see what we need to find next. 1 pack of tiles will cover 2 meters squared. Okay, we need that information later. A pack of tile normally costs £24.80, so we need to find out the cost, total cost of tiles. And then Mary gets a discount of 25% off the cost. So we need to find out the price after discount. price after discount. Mary has £100. Does Mary have enough money to buy all the tiles she needs? Okay, so finally we need to write a conclusion whether she has enough or not. And we will need to support this with our working because it says you must show all your working. Okay, now let's go on with the question. Now in our plan we said that we need to find the area first, so let's find the area of Mary's conservatory.
So first we need to find the area. Okay, now to find the area we'll need to show all the work. Now what we can do is we can split the shape in 2 parts or even 3-4 parts even, but I'll try and keep it short, so I'll split it in 2 parts. So let's split this shape here, and we have 2 parts. So we have a rectangle and we have a trapezium on the top. Let's find the area rectangle. So area rectangle, we know that it is length times width. So over here we have length of 3 meters multiplied by width is 2.2 meters. So we'll have a total area for this rectangle. We have 6.6 meters squared. Make sure you use your calculator. It is a calculator question, forgot to mention at the start. So we found the area of the rectangle. Let's find the area of this trapezium here. So again, let's refer to our formula that we actually need to remember. Made a big deal out of the formula, so we need to use them now. Area of trapezium. So area of trapezium, we know it is half times A plus B times by the height. So we can say this is A, this part is B, so B is same as 3 meters. So B is 3 meters, let's make a note here. And the height is, the total height of the shape is 3.4 from here. So up to here the rectangle is 2.2, so the rest of it we can say it is 1.2 meters. Okay, so half times A is 1 added to B is 3, the base, and the height we found, which is 1.2. Now if you calculate this, you should have an answer of 2.4 meters squared as its area. So we found the area of the trapezium part, the top part. Now let's find the total area. So total area is going to be 2.4 added to 6.6, which is a total of 9 meters squared. Now we need to find out how many packs we need. So we made a plan before, so on the plan we can see we need to find the total number of packs needed. So area is 9 meters squared. So per pack covers 2 meters squared. So to cover 9 meters squared, we can divide 9 by 2, which gives us 4.5 packs. Now you have to understand that if you go to a shop, say for example to B&Q, and they sell tires in packs, and you ask them, oh, I want to buy half a pack. Now unless they have half a pack available, that what they say is, sorry, we cannot sell half a pack. Okay, you have to buy the full pack. So therefore you need to buy a full pack, because Mary can't buy 4 packs because otherwise she'll have some empty spaces in her conservatory which wouldn't look very good. So therefore she will need to buy 5 packs. So we can round it up, 4.5 rounded up to 5 packs. Okay, let's find out the cost now. We know how many packs she needs to buy. She needs to buy 5 packs. Let's go to the cost of tiles now. So 1 pack costs £24.20. 80 pence is from the question that we've been given before. Times that by 5 packs, and then we get a total cost of £124. Now, Mary gets a discount of 25%, so let's work out the price after discount. So we got the cost of tiles. Now let's work out the price after the discount. So price after discount. I'm really struggling with the space here, so I need to write very sensibly now. So she gets 25% discount on the total cost of the tiles, so she needs to pay for 75% of the price. So you can work out different ways. You can work out what 25% of 124 is and take away from 124, or what you can do is, because she gets 25% discount, she only needs to pay for 75%, so I can just multiply it by the multiplier. So 0.75 times by 124, and that will give me an answer of £93. Okay, now she will need to pay £93 for the tiles. Mary has £100, so we can say for the final conclusion
that Mary has enough. Okay? So Mary has enough money to buy all the tiles she needs for her conservatory.
So let's quickly recap all the formula that we used for this question, Mary's conservatory. So the first formula that we used was
the area of a rectangle, okay, which was area of a rectangle, which was length times width, which is one formula that you need to remember, okay. And the second formula that we used was area of a trapezium, which was half times by A plus B times by H. Okay, there's different ways you can actually rearrange that formula and write it. Okay, number 3, what we used was percentage of amounts and division. Okay, so we can see it in one question of 5 marks. It was worth 5 marks. Okay, and we used quite a lot of different formulas. We used 3 different formulas, and we also used multiplication and division skills that was needed for this question. Okay, now in the next question we'll look at different types of formula. How do we actually recognize which formula to use? And we'll go through the question again, and we'll see how you get on with that one.
So whenever you get a question like this, always look at what information is given and make a plan. A quick plan, doesn't take long, a quick 15-20 seconds. What do you need to work out, and work through your list, because this question is worth 5 marks. Therefore you need to make sure that you have answered all the points that needs answering in this question.